So we just had a big snowfall, and it gives me a good opportunity to talk about 5 different winter hacks for your car that you're going to want to know. The first one talking about, obviously, we've got a ton of snow on our vehicle, and there's a bunch of different snow removals that you can use on your vehicle. This one, ditch the old one. The bristles are going to be extremely tough on your car, and it's going to scratch your paint. If you're not worried about your paint, go ahead and use it, but get yourself a decent brush. This is going to be a lot softer on your paint if you are a little bit worried about it. And if you are extremely worried about it, there's a couple of different options you can use, like a leaf blower. This is going to be completely touchless, but isn't a great option when the snow is really heavy and wet on your vehicle. It's not going to work super well. So what I like to use if I'm really worried about the paint is a microfiber towel. Grab yourself a chip clip or one of the kind of filing cabinet clips, and you can go ahead and attach this to your brush, and then you can make sure that you're completely scratch free when you're removing the snow from your vehicle. I, for one, definitely don't have the time to be using a microfiber towel cloth every time I want to be going ahead and removing the snow from my vehicle. You wake up in the morning, got to get to work. Use the brush on the window though. You're not going to be worried about scratching the glass. This microfiber towel cloth is really just for the paint. So the second tip I want to be showing you guys is you can't get the door open, you can't get the hood open. It's been frozen solid, and there's a way to prevent that from happening for basically the entire winter. So if you do, once you do get the door open, ideally you do this before it's winter, but you go ahead and you take a silicone spray, and you're going to use a microfiber towel cloth as well. You can use any type of cloth, and use that silicone spray right on the door jamb on both sides. That's going to prevent the water from actually getting in there because the silicone is a hydrophobic, which means it repels water. So if you coat that entirely with silicone, it's going to prevent you from getting water in there and then actually having the door jamb freeze on you. And then do the same thing with your door handle as well. We're going to take our silicone spray, we're going to spray it fairly liberally on the cloth, and then we're going to go ahead and just rub that against the door jamb, coating it pretty liberally, but don't have to go too overboard with it. And that's going to prevent it from freezing all winter. Sometimes this door handle itself within the cracks can actually freeze up as well. So not a bad idea to just take some of the silicone spray and then just wipe it away with your microfiber towel. I highly suggest doing this with your hood latch as well. There's too many times where you need to open up the compartment to get out the battery in order to give someone a jump start or jump start yourself. So just a quick little spray on the mechanism, that should keep any water out of there for most of, if not the entire winter, and you won't have to worry about not being able to open your hood. If you guys do have some sort of rubber gasket like I do here, make sure to wipe that silicone with your microfiber towel or whatever towel on there as well, because that'll tend to get some water on it and then just get it stuck to the hood and you can't get it open either. So, and the spray I'm using is a liquid wrench. It's just a silicone spray. You can get it at basically any sort of auto parts store, but there will be a link in the description down below to one that you can get for yourself. As you guys can see, I've been driving around and there's a ton of ice buildup on my windshield wipers, just making them a lot less effective. And that's just from the windshield actually heating up all the time and then cooling down and freezing with the windshield wipers. So go ahead and take your silicone spray and actually wipe it along the edge of the windshield wipers. That's gonna make them last a lot longer and they're gonna work a lot better. The third tip I have for you guys is actually something really simple, but it's filling up your gas tank. It might be like, how is this a winter trick? But if you are going to be going out in a winter storm and you actually get stuck in a snowdrift or on the side of the road and there's not a lot of people around, this full tank of gas is going to keep you warm for the entire night, and hopefully someone can come find you in the morning. And not only that, but it's also going to help with rear traction. So if you have a vehicle that's got rear wheel drive, it's going to give a lot more weight over the rear tires. This tank is like 80 liters, which is another 80 kilograms or about 150 pounds in your rear end. So that's going to help you get a lot more traction when you're on the road. The fourth tip I have for you guys, and it might seem like a bit of a silly one, but make sure you have a set of safety gear and jumper cables. Specifically, I've got a tow strap that I always want. I've got a set of tools that I might need, and then jumper cables. Too many times have I seen people driving around with jumper cables and they need a boost, and you've got two vehicles, but neither of them have jumper cables. Batteries go dead all the time in the winter, and you definitely want to have a set of jumper cables for yourself or for someone in need when you run across them. Tip number 5 is to make sure you fill up your windshield washer fluid with some winter washer fluid. Make sure to scrap the summer stuff. This stuff works absolutely amazing in the summertime, but it's only to 0 degrees, and it repels bugs and tar and sap and stuff really, really well. But when it comes to the wintertime, it's not an alcohol base, so it'll freeze in the wintertime and you just have no windshield washer fluid whatsoever. So make sure to get a -30, -40 windshield washer fluid, depending on your climate, and then you can throw that in there and you'll be knowing that you can see clear all winter and you're not gonna have it freezing over and causing issues to your windshield washer fluid system. And just a little bonus tip, the rear defroster, which usually just shows the back windshield, a lot of the vehicles will just show that, but they actually do the side mirrors as well. So if you're unsure if you have heated side mirrors like I was, click that button, see if they defrost, and you might be happily surprised. What tips did I miss? I'd love to know. Leave them in the comments down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, take care.